Hello friends, welcome back to Yoga with Paige. Today I'm going to take advantage of this nice, beautiful, breezy weather that Hurricane Ian has blessed us with since we did not get hit nearly as bad as I feared. It made landfall more south, so we really just got winds and a whole bunch of rain. So we're taking our practice outside today. This is an unplanned intuitive flow. I have a few classes like these up on my channel, but if you haven't flowed through those with me before, I basically kind of just use this as a home practice, but take you along with me throughout. So whatever comes to mind, whatever feels good, and I'll speak it out loud so you can kind of follow along. But this is a good chance to also flow intuitively yourself. Maybe you follow along a few moves and then you throw in something else, something random, something that I'm not doing that feels good to you. So we can practice really listening to our bodies today and giving it what it needs, what it wants. So if you'd like to grab a block or any other props to have them handy, you can grab those now and your mat, and we can get started. I'm going to start today in bound angle, pressing the soles of the feet together, lifting up through the chest, sending the knees down, just opening through the groins, taking a little sway here, side to side. Just a nice, gentle warm-up. And then still holding on to my right foot, I'm going to reach the left arm up, opening up through the side body, still sending the knees down, hips are on the mat. Exhale to release and switch. And release. I'm going to send the legs out long. The soles of the feet are still on the mat. Knees are bent. Just taking a gentle twist. Right arm comes behind. Maybe we extend the legs and come into a staff pose. Just lifting up through the crown of the head, feeling this gentle twist in the lower spine. And exhale back through center, twisting to the other side. Sending energy out through the heels if we're in staff pose, keeping the feet flexed. And gently coming back through center. I'm going to roll onto my back actually. Very slowly, carefully. Hug the right knee into the chest. Kind of move the knee side to side, just opening through the groin, through the outer hip and inner hip. Extending that leg long. If we need to keep a bend in the knee, we can do that as well. Just waking up through the hamstrings. Watching a huge hawk circle above. Exhale to release, taking the left knee into the chest. Wow. It's a reminder to find joy in the simple moments, the simple little things. And you never know what you'll see when you look at things from a different perspective, like from the ground. And straightening the legs, still grounding the right leg into the mat, active. Pulling the leg into the chest. Whoa. A lot of bird activity out right now. I can usually never see through this canopy. We always have this on top, and wow, maybe we'll just leave it off. Exhale, release, gently bringing both of the knees into the chest, finding a little rock, a little lower back massage, firmly pressing the lower back into the mat. Really making that a conscious effort. Find more support. Then we can gently rock up to a seat or find a seat any way that feels good, scooting back, coming onto all fours, tabletop pose, spreading between the fingers, grounding through the tops of the feet, taking a few rounds of cat-cow, moving with the breath. Inhale, lift the gaze, open through the throat. Exhale, tuck the chin, open through the upper back, the scapula. Getting some spinal movements in here, improving our posture, helping reduce the lower back pain. One more round. And still pressing the tops of the feet into the mat, we're going to lift the knees about an inch off the mat and hover. Gripping through the fingers. Holding nice and strong and steady. Sucking the navel into the spine. 2 more seconds, you got this. And release the knees. Walking the hands out, tucking the toes, and lifting up into downward facing dog. Taking your time to find your position here. Pedaling out through the feet. Finding a nice long line in the backs of the legs. And reaching the crown towards the hands, the crown of the head. Maybe bending one knee and straightening the other. Getting a nice calf stretch. And switching sides. Beautiful. Gazing at the hands, we're going to make our way to the top of the mat and forward fold. Inhale to rise, hands scoop above the head. Take a big lungful of air and exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Beautiful. Holding here in mountain pose for a few breaths. Slightly tucking the pelvis in, finding our long line, drawing energy up from the earth, the support of the mat, feeling it flow throughout the spine and out through the top of the head. Taking a mental check-in, how are you feeling right now? Releasing the hands, inhale, reach up above the head. Exhale, flat back, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, nice long spine. And exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. And taking a vinyasa. Lowering down with control. Elbows in by the sides. And exhale, downward facing dog. Raising the right leg behind, grounding through the left, bending the knee, bringing it in through the chest, tapping that right elbow and back. Tapping the left elbow and send it back. Bring it in through the chest and releasing down to low lunge, sweeping the arms above the head. And exhale, bring them to heart center. Sending the pelvis down, 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 opening up through that left hip flexor. Our knee is above the ankle. We're nice and aligned. And dropping that right fingertips to the mat. Left arm reaches overhead, big side body stretch. Exhale, come back to low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, revolve. Sending energy out through the fingertips, feeling this beautiful twist, this full body pose, squeezing the scapula together. And on your next exhale, drop that right hand, reaching the left overhead. And then windmill the arms back around, coming up onto the back toes, and then turning that foot, flexing it up for Skandasana side lunge. So sinking the hips down, flexing that left foot. This right leg is at an angle to the corner. Our chest is lifted. We're really opening the hips now. Maybe we walk the left hand down towards the foot and reach the right over. Opening the hips even more. Still trying to keep the chest lifted. We may not go too far here. This is an intense stretch. Releasing back down, fingertips come to the mat, and we switch sides, Skandasana to the left. Right foot is flexed up. Taking a moment to sit with this posture before we take our side bend, letting the hips open. And maybe reaching that right hand towards the right foot. Beautiful release. Coming up onto both feet, straightening the legs, and coming into wide forward fold. So we might want to scoot the feet out a little bit more. I'm going to ground through the outside edges, lifting the chest up high, arms are out to the sides, and then we spin to the left, spin to the right, trying to keep our hips stable and square, only twisting from the abdomen, feeling this in the obliques. We're definitely feeling this in the legs as they are holding us up. Evening out both sides, then coming back to center, and exhale, forward fold. Trying to reach the crown of the head towards the mat here. Just breathing, going a little bit deeper on every exhale. Beautiful. 2 more nice long breaths. Just honoring wherever you are. Honoring whatever feels good to you. I hope you're adding some extra movements in for your practice today. And gently press up. Walk the hands to the front of the mat. Step up to the front and forward fold. Inhale, rise, hands come above the head. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive down, flat back. Inhale, reaching the crown forward. And exhale to step back into plank pose, taking a vinyasa. Nice and slow and controlled. Meeting in downward facing dog, where we ground through the right foot, raise the left up high behind us, bend the knee, tap the left elbow, and come back. Tap the right elbow, and come back. Then in through the chest, making our way down into low lunge, down, down, down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, heart center. Taking nice, slow, steady breaths, sending the pelvis down into the mat, opening up through the hips. Noticing what thoughts come into your mind during this practice. Inhale, release the arms up high. Exhale, open to revolve. Pinching the scapula together like there's a penny between your shoulder blades. Squeeze it there, hold it there. Exhale, left hand finds the back of the leg, right reaches over. Beautiful windmill around. Tuck the back toe, come into runner's lunge. Step back to plank pose. And we're going to pivot the toes to the right side, coming onto the left arm, peeling that right arm up, side plank. Stacking the feet. Exhale, reach the arm over the head. Inhale, back up. Over. Back up. 3 more like these. You got it. You're strong. And meet back down in plank pose. Lower down onto the knees. Untuck the toes. And take a little vinyasa. Maybe extending the legs out behind you, nice and long. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Pedal those feet out. Beautiful. Finding more space, feeling more open. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, roll into high plank. And then lift the hips, connecting to the core, coming back into downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale. Roll into high plank. And exhale. Back to downward facing dog. Now we can either roll into plank or just make our way there. Where we turn the toes to the left, raise the left hand up high, hips are high as well. Exhale, reach over. Inhale, back up. 4 more of these, moving with your breath. Staying nice and strong. You got this. You can feel the strength building. If you're shaking, that's you gaining strength. And we meet back in plank pose. Slowly lower down onto the belly. Take a moment of reprieve. Staple the fingers to the outside of the mat. Inhale, press, lift the chest. Exhale, left ear finds the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right ear. Staying, moving with your breath, going at your own pace. Evening out. And exhale. Bring the forehead to the mat. Arms are by the sides. Feeling length in the spine. The cervical spine going up the neck into the base of the skull. Inhale. Lift the head and the chest to walk this left arm over to the opposite edge of the mat. Right arm crosses down top. And we continue walking the fingers out as far as it feels good for the shoulder stretch. Releasing the head down if that feels nice, or keeping the chest lifted. Pressing the hands into the ground, really opening up through the shoulders. Beautiful. Exhale, gently unravel, walk those fingertips back to switch sides. Now the left arm is on top, or whichever one you didn't do before. Noticing maybe a difference in your sides. Breathing nice and deep, starting to slow down the breath. If you built up some heat in your body today. One more big breath. Beautiful. Release. Unravel the arms. Come to lie on the back. Reaching the arms above the head. And exhale, lift the arms and the upper chest. Inhale, back up, lying down on top above the head. Exhale, lifting the arms, the head, and the chest, looking a little bit in front of your toes. And back down. Actually, it should be lifting on the inhales. If you were already doing that, and you said, wait, that breath is wrong, you get a gold star. Drop a star in the comments. Inhale to lift. Working through the core. Being sure not to scrunch the neck. If it does, we can always place the hands behind the head. Inhale, lifting up as far as we can. And then exhale, releasing. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, back down. Now, taking the legs perpendicular to the mat, we're going to try to rock up into boat pose. If we can't, we can just make our way and meet in boat pose, legs perpendicular or parallel to the mat. Perpendicular. Parallel, shins parallel. Reach the arms up. Suck the navel into the spine, pulling the legs even closer, finding that balance spot. Maybe releasing the arms to the side. Holding here, using your breath. You're going to have a little pooch right here as you're working on it. It's supposed to look like that. Keep breathing. Reaching up through the crown, nice long spine. Gaining strength in your back and in your abdominals. Exhale, release. Soles of the feet to the mat. Our back is resting, lying down. Arms come to the sides, palms face down. Feet are hip-width apart. Taking one breath to rest here. Maybe knocking the knees together. Maybe windshield wipering the knees, letting the knees fall. We can also widen the feet to the width of the yoga mat. Knocking those legs around. Opening up even more space in the lower body. Beautiful. And releasing, feet hip-width apart. Now preparing for bridge pose. Grounding through the feet and the palms of the hands. Exhale, press the hips up, reach them up to the sky, coming onto the shoulders. Balancing out our chakras here. This is a great pose to end practice with. Gets everything all in line, energetically moving. Keep holding, keep squeezing the glutes. Exhale, release the hips down. Bring the legs up into the air, finding happy baby. Peace fingers around big toes. Finding a gentle little rock here. Let's have some fun at the end. Maybe rocking fully to one side and then the other, kind of springing back up. And then finding some stillness. Pressing the lower back down into the mat. Grounding yourself. And then releasing the feet together, coming into reclined bound angle. Hands can come above the head. We can just let them rest here. Sending the knees down, soles of the feet together, just letting gravity assist you to really open the hips.
Switching to a voiceover for the last minute or two of this practice, as I didn't know how distracting the outside sounds were at the moment. But just taking a few more breaths, just releasing tension. And then, whenever you're ready, gently making your way to a sitting position, taking your time, maybe adding in some more moves that feel good. But I leave you here and thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. And if you did enjoy this class, please give it a thumbs up, leave your thoughts below, and I'll see you next time.